Good morning, friends. Today I will teach you about the molecular inheritance. Last time we studied about the laws of dominance, laws of segregation, and laws of independent assortment. It is also called as 9:2, 3:2, 3:1 ratio. It is also called as dihybrid ratio. So today we will teach you about the backcross, test cross, monohybrid ratio. So first one, we want to study about the backcross. At the time of terminology, we study the backcross means what? F1 generation cross with dominant parent. So in this backcross, there are two contrasting character, dominant and recessive characters are there. Dominant were called as a tallness and recessive were called as a dwarfness. These are the P1 generation, that is the parental generation. Means capital TT and small tt. From that we get the gametes capital T and small t. Both comes together, they form the F1 generation. That is the capital T and small t. And shows all characters tall. So in F1 generation all characters are tall. This F1 generation cross with the dominant parent or character. That is the capital T small t cross with the capital T capital T. Again, they form the gametes capital T small t. From that we get the capital T. These are the gametes. With the help of checkerboard method, capital T cross with the capital T small t. That is the dominant character. Capital T tallness. Capital T small t tallness. So in F2 generation we get all characters are tall. So that is called the back cross. It have the significance. So in back cross, significance is that it conducts to check the heterozygosity of F1 plants. It also requires less time. It is easy to conduct as it requires analysis of progeny. It is used in crop improvement programming. It is also used to determine the presence or absence of linkage. So we have completed the back cross. Next one is test cross. Test cross means F1 generation cross with the recessive parent or character is called test cross. Here also same thing. Dominant and recessive characters are there. Dominant tallness and dwarfness. Capital TT and small tt. These are the P1 generation, that is the parental generation. From that we get the gametes capital T and small t. Both comes together, they form the F1 generation. This F1 generation cross with the recessive parent, that is the capital T small t cross with the small t small t. From that we get the gametes capital T small t. Here we get the small t. Again use the checkerboard square method. Small t means dominant recessive character cross with the F1 generation, that is the capital T small t. Small t capital T tallness. Small t we get the dwarfness. Means here in F2 generation we get 50% tallness and 50% dwarfness. That is the 50% heterozygous tall and 50% homozygous dwarf. In test cross, the significance is that a test cross is used to determine whether the individual having dominant character is homozygous or heterozygous. It also helps in plant breeding to get improved varieties by introducing desirable character. Then we study about the monohybrid ratio. It is also called as 3:1 ratio, 3 tall and 1 dwarf. So we are taking the example that two contrasting characters are there, tallness and dwarfness. Tallness shows the capital TT, dwarfness shows the small tt. These are the parent P1 generation. From that we get the gametes capital T small t. Comes together, they form the F1 generation. This F1 generation cross itself means capital T small t cross to capital T small t. From that we get the gametes capital T small t, capital T and small t. Use the checkerboard method or square method. Punit scientists describe that method. Means capital T small t in male and capital T small t in female. Cross itself, capital T tallness, capital T small t tall, small t capital T tall, small t becomes dwarf. So there are 3 tall and 1 dwarf. Tall plant is equal to 3, dwarf plant is equal to 1. So phenotypic ratio we get the 3:1, and genotypic ratio capital T 1, capital T small t 2, and small t 1. So genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:2, 1. So here we completed the monohybrid ratio. It is also called as 3:1 ratio. Then study about the codominance and incomplete dominance. First, we have to study about the incomplete dominance. So, incomplete dominance means both the genes of allelomorphic pair express themselves. One gene cannot suppress, thus the pair is not as one dominant and other is recessive. In such cases, there is intermediate expression in F1 hybrid. In this incomplete ratio, we have taken the example of flower. Red flower crossed with the white flower. Red, we have taken the capital RR. White, small rr. These are the parent. From that we get the gametes capital R and small r. Both comes together, capital R and small r. They form the F1 generation. In F1, we get the all pink color. Again, capital R, small r cross itself. Then we get the gametes capital R, small r, capital R, small r. Use the checkerboard method, male and female. Capital R, small r cross with the capital R, small r. Capital R, red, capital R, small r, pink. Small r, capital R, pink, and small r, white. So phenotypic ratio we get 1:2, 2:2, 1, means red 1, pink 2, and white 1. Again, genotypic ratio, capital R 1, capital R, small r 2, and small r 1. So we get the genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:2, 1. So again, next we have to study about the codominance. With suitable example, take the example of cattle. In this codominance, both the genes of an allelomorphic pair express themselves equally in F1 hybrid or F1 generation. Such alleles which are able to express themselves independently even if present together in hybrid called codominance alleles. So example of cattle, red cross with the white. Red capital RR, white capital WW. These are the parent. From that we get the gametes capital R, capital W. Both comes together, R and W. They form the F1 hybrid or F1 generation. It cross itself, F1 generation cross itself, that is the on-selfie. Capital RW cross with the capital RW. From that we get the gametes RW. With the help of Punnett square method, cross RR in RW in female, RW in male, RR red, RW roan, WR roan, and WW is white in F2 generation. So phenotypic ratio is red is equal to 1, roan is equal to 2, and white is equal to 1. That is the 1:2, 2:1 phenotypic ratio. And genotypic ratio, that is the RR1, RW2, and WW1, that is 1:2, 2:1 ratio. So it is called the codominance. Sorry. The next one is define pleiotropic genes or with suitable example. Pleiotropic genes control two different traits, each called pleiotropic genes, and this phenomenon is called pleiotropic. The ratio is instead of 3:1. According to Mendel principle of unit character, one gene control one character. For example, disease sickle cell anemia is caused by genes HBS, normal or healthy genes HBA is dominant. The carrier HBA-HBS shows sign of mild anemia, RBCs become sickle cell. So in this, the homozygous with recessive genes HBS, however, die or fatal, anemia, lethal in homozygous condition. The genes which cause the death of the barrier is called lethal genes. So, example is a marriage between two carriers which produce normal carrier sickle cell anemia, children in 1:2 to 2:1 ratio. So sickle cell carrier with cross with sickle cell carrier. Sickle cell carrier, that is the HbA, HbS. Sickle cell carrier, HbA, HbS, these are the parent. From that we get the gamete, HbA, HbS, HbA, HbS. This HbA cross with HbS, HbA, HbS, and HbS cross with HbA, HbS. So genotypic, that is the HbA, HbA, that is the normal. Then HbA, HbS, again HbS, HbA, both are the sickle cell carrier. They are 2 in number. And HbS, HbS, they forms the sickle cell anemia disease. So graphic representation of pleiotropic is 1:2 to 1 ratio. So this is the sickle cell carrier example of pleiotropic genes. And last one, that is the polygenic. We have taken the example. So in this polygenic, characters are determined by 2 or more genes pair, and they have additive and cumulative effect. These genes are called cumulative or polygenes. The ratio is 1:4:6:4:1. Example: wheat, kernel color Swedish Nelson Hales, red kernel cross with the white kernel. These are the phenotypic. And genes, that is the A, BB, and small a and small bb. From that we get the gametes capital A, capital B, small a, small b. Comes together capital A, capital B, small b. They form the F1 generation. Again, we get the gametes capital A, capital B, small b, capital A, capital B, small b. These gametes use the checkerboard method. One in male, another in female. AB, capital A, small a, capital B, small a, small b. Here capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, a, capital B, small a, small b. Then cross between the capital A, capital B, capital B, that is the red darkest color. Then capital A, capital B, small b, dark. Then capital A, capital B, dark. Again, capital A, capital B, small b, that is the medium. In second column, capital A, small b, capital B, dark. Capital A, small b, medium. Again, capital A, capital B, small b, medium. Then capital A, small b, light. Then small a, capital B, dark. Capital A, capital B, small b, medium. Small a, small b, capital B, that is the medium. Small a, capital B, small b, light. And in last column, capital A, capital B, small b, that is the medium. Capital A, small b, light. Small a, small b, capital B, light. Then small b, that is the white. All these are in F2 generation. So in this, the dark red 1:16, medium red 4:16, intermediate red 6:16, and light red 4:16, and white is 1:16. The phenotypic ratio is 1:4:6:4:1. So this is the polygenic with suitable example. So in this last one is explain like beget like. Like beget like means reproduction leads to the production of offspring resemble its parent in many characters. Characters which transmit from parent to their offspring through gametes. Owing to the season mentioned above, offspring of a cat resemble cat, not rat. Means cat gives cat, not a rat. Similarly, pea seeds germinate into pea plant and mango seed grow into mango plant. This shows that like beget like. Thank you for watching my video. Here we completed the small chapter molecular of inheritance. Like it, subscribe it. Thank you.